Hey, beautiful people, what's going on? We are getting down and dirty drawing teeth. Pretty much. Yeah. So here's what we got going on for you today, folks. We're going to be setting the timer for 5 minutes, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about drawing gaps in teeth. Remember, people's teeth aren't exactly perfect, and in my opinion, keep an eye out. If you think it's a smile that they're not taking a lot of pride in, don't draw it. Focus on drawing a closed smile, and focus on getting that likeness and that beauty somewhere else on the face. But if they're a person who either doesn't care, or they're someone who's totally okay with their grin, or someone who you can tell is just really part of their personality, then you got to draw it, and you got to draw it right. Remember, you're looking to get that likeness that they're going to love. That's how you're going to make your sale. If you're drawing someone and you just go crazy on it and you draw them insanely, you might be happy about it, and if you're happy about it, good, but they might not want to buy it from you because they might not think it looks like them, or they think it looks ugly because you might be drawing maybe a little too real to life, which does happen. Here's the thing, guys. We're looking for ways to draw the beauty in this person. That's what's going to make the sale. You want them to have fun. You want to see that they're excited, and that's the goal. Are we ready to get started? Okay, we're drawing gaps in teeth today. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes, please. Here we go, guys. If I did that right, your phone just went crazy, too, if you have an iPhone. All right, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and start with the basic grins. Let me zoom out here real quick. There we go. All right. So we got a basic grin going on here. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and draw my usual form that I like to do, like this. And I'm going to draw a little bit at an angle so we can kind of see some of the details here. We're going to draw in the top teeth. And like I said, I don't connect the line. I keep it unconnected, and you'll see why. And then on the bottom teeth, I will simply add a little bit extra. I'll add black fill here to show where you can see into the mouth on both sides here. There we go. And then the bottom lip. And if we want to, the top lip. I usually don't draw the top lip unless it's a girl. All right, because this is a very feminine thing to draw the top lip. We'll talk about that in future videos. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about the idea of a gap. There's different kinds of gaps. The gap that people know the most and the one that you want to focus on if it's there is that front tooth gap. Some people take a lot of pride in it. Some people don't. If you can tell they don't take pride in it, don't draw their mouth open. If they do take pride in it, have some fun with it. Now, don't be looking at them going, hey, do you take pride in that front gap of your mouth? No, just pay attention to them. If they're smiling a lot and they seem kind of like posed nice and you can tell that they're totally into it, they're going to be fine. If there's someone who keeps their mouth closed a lot, maybe seems a little quiet and a little concerned, there's something on their face they're concerned about. Make the best guess that you can and draw what you can to focus on not getting something that they want to have, focused on themselves. Let's keep moving on. Here we go. So let's go ahead and draw the idea of where this gap is going to be. It's going to be between the two teeth here in the front. So we're going to go ahead and draw these two teeth just like this. And then if we want to, we can focus on getting in the rest of the teeth. Depends on how detailed you want to be. Like I always say, if you're going to focus on the teeth and you're going to draw individual teeth, get them right. If there's some edgy teeth, make sure you focus on those. If there's some not edgy teeth, make sure you focus on those. For the gums, in this case, remember that gums are a piece of skin that hangs down and goes between the teeth, and it usually looks like arches, okay? Now, if there is no gap, if there's no tooth for the a gum to press against, and then it just is going to hang there like a little ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this little effect right here, just like this. This front gum is going to have that, and you can see a little bit more of a ball form on there, where the other ones are just going to be sharp little V's. Now we're going to go ahead and start building up the form of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and build the roundness of the tooth as it comes up. Now remember, these teeth aren't touching, so leave that gap in there and make sure you keep that little ball right there, just like that, okay? Now, here's an important thing. You can see that I got all the black coming in here and it's looking good, but the back teeth will be showing behind the front teeth, so keep that in mind, that if you're going to become this detailed, or you may be doing a studio piece like I do often, focus on making sure that those back teeth in there are seen through this gap, okay? So you can erase it a little bit and just try and get those teeth to show through the back. Now also, those are going to be shaded, so if you're doing shading, you're going to want to remember that there's just a little bit of shadow from the front teeth casting on those teeth that are tucked back behind, okay? That's an important thing to remember. So we got all this form going on here, and then don't forget that your bottom teeth, if you're putting that much detail into the top teeth, put that much detail into the bottom teeth too. You're focusing on the mouth. If that's become your central area of caricature, then make sure you put a lot of time into it, okay? So here we go, just quickly drawing in gums. Now, don't go willy-nilly with this. Don't just draw a line and draw a gum. Make sure that they stay in form with each other. And we'll talk about that in the next video, the importance of getting these gums correctly. We've already talked about gums in a previous video. But let's go ahead and cover that in a little bit more detail in our next video, drawing gums properly, and make sure that we don't make any mistakes, all right? This is going to be a very key thing to keeping your structure correct, okay? So this is the one kind of gap that we deal with all the time here, but there's other ones. What about this? What if we have a tooth here that comes up here, and then maybe their other tooth right back here is a bit more sharp? Well, you can draw that and make sure that you do. Make sure you get that focus, all right? Don't forget that those teeth are coming from back behind, so there may be some teeth showing up through the back here, kind of like this. Make sure to shade them so they look like they're coming from the back, all right? You can't just erase and be okay with that. There needs to be a little bit more detail that goes into this because they are hiding behind, and you got to show that they're hiding behind. There we go. Each one of these teeth in someone's face is going to be different. The way you grind on them every night, the way whatever. And if you're going to put detail in them, you got to make sure you do it right. So learn how to work with it. Learn what works and what doesn't. Remember, the more black that you introduce into the mouth with your inking lines, the more dirty these teeth are beginning to look. And you can see that this went from a very nice, reasonable smile to something that's now looking a little bit more dirty because we're inducing a lot of black into this, okay? So keep that in mind. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Just want you to focus on practicing. If a tooth is out in front, I know time's up. If tooth is out in front, you need to give it detail and you need to show that its form is in front of the other teeth. And you might have to do that by introducing some black to show that that tooth is in front of the other teeth. Where in the other case, you can focus on not having, if I immediately erase a lot of these lines, remember, the less black, the better it's going to look. If I start erasing some of this black, it's starting to looking clean again, believe it or not. Watch what happens here. We're just going to go ahead and quickly totally mess up the idea that this is a 5-minute video. And we can see that we, just by doing this, we are removing black. We're giving form back to the teeth in lines of making it look really clean. Because what is clean teeth? White, pure white, as much white as possible. And what's more white, just erase everything here. Check this out. If we just erase all the teeth in here, get rid of all the detail of the teeth, and that smile looks pretty clean and pure, and that's because the teeth are so white, they're glowing, and they're not showing detail, which means that that grin is just toothy pure. And that's the thing that you might want to consider going for. Alright guys, like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can get notifications when we release new videos. Also, if you want to support me on Patreon, that would be amazing. Get my videos early. And on top of that, don't forget that there are discounts if you want to buy a caricature from me. It's a great way to save some money if you want to buy any kind of artwork from me. Alright guys, we'll see you next time right here on my channel, and of course, Draw Too Much Sketch Lessons. We'll see you next time right here on my channel. Bye.